Yeah, what up, people? It is MC on the mic along with my co-bro.
Yo, the Tico Fantasy Show is here.
And
Hello.
he's got a new sign, if you haven't noticed, glowing red like the beating thump of his heart. The Tico Fantasy Show shines bright, not in the background, just in the
Django.
background of this episode. What's going on, man? It's been like 2 weeks. We've been busy. You've been
A
busy. I've been
minute.
busy. But here we are. What's going on in your world, man?
Oh man, there's so much that's happened in 2 weeks. So much stuff has happened. Very busy. Right now we're in the middle of the NFL draft, and it's wild right now. It's a wild time to be the Tico Fantasy Show.
What's going on with the NFL draft? Fill me in. I am out of the loop. As you know, I've been in Italy for the last week and now I have jet
Yeah.
lag and I'm sick and I don't know what's happening. So tell me about the NFL draft, what it is.
So yesterday was round one, 32 picks yesterday. Kind of boring, not as good as other drafts in the past, but nonetheless, it's the NFL draft. It's still the best day of the year. We love draft day. And today is rounds 2 and 3, and then tomorrow is 4 through 7. And yeah, that's the end of the NFL draft.
What
We're gonna see
happened
what
in
trades
round
happen.
one? What's notable from round one?
What's notable? What's notable? Well, the biggest thing that happened is that this guy, Michael Penix, went with the eighth overall pick. He's a quarterback, and he was not supposed to go with the eighth overall pick. He may not even he wasn't really even supposed to be a first round pick. And the team that drafted him already has a quarterback that they just gave $180 million to like 2 weeks ago, and now they got two quarterbacks. And if you know a thing or two about football, you can't have two quarterbacks on the field at the same time. So it's a little
So
interesting.
in your assessment, what is the reasoning for getting if you already have a high paid quarterback, what team is it? Who are we talking about?
The Atlanta Falcons,
So the Atlanta Falcons already has high paid quarterback named.
Kirk Cousins.
That's right. I should know this. And
Big
now they
Kirko.
have another quarterback who wasn't supposed to go in the first eighth overall pick, which is
Crazy.
extraordinary. What is the science behind a team getting another quarterback like that? And also, what does it do to that man's reputation now that it went as early as he went?
Yeah. So the number one thing why they did it is because this whole process that's happening now. So what just happened with the Packers a couple years ago was that Aaron Rodgers was the quarterback there, and there was a younger guy that they drafted in the late first round, like pick 28, 29, somewhere in the back, Jordan Love, who was sat behind Aaron Rodgers for 3, 4 years. And now Aaron Rodgers is gone out of Green Bay, and Jordan Love's a starter, and he's really good. So the idea here is that you're going to draft a younger quarterback, and he's going to sit there behind the older guy, develop, learn a thing or two about the game, and then be able to play. But here's the problem with that. The quarterback that they drafted is a guy who is like had so many injuries. He's torn both ACLs, ruined an arm. Like he's had so many severe injuries, and he's already 24 years old. So if we wait another 3, 4 years for him to start, he's going to be like 27. So it's a little bit of people are kind of confused by the pick. But the overall idea behind it is that hopefully one day he'll be able to take over for Kirk Cousins.
So, as a team owner or head coach, you take this guy, you draft this guy who's been plagued with injuries and repairs for many seasons of his college career. What is the thought process? I still don't understand it. I get it, right? They're hoping that he's going to be developing under the leader. He's going to soon be a leader. But at that point, he's going to be nearly 30 years old, which isn't kind of really the top for
It's not, but it's up there, for an
but
NFL player.
as far as quarterbacks go, they kind of get away with a little more age than I feel like other players. Still, I don't understand why the brass went and got this guy. Like, why not get a more dependable, healthier, younger guy out of college? Do you, if you had a conspiracy theory about it, what would it be? Why did they take him?
There's no conspiracy here. There's a rumor though. The rumor is that the coach met with him before the draft. Oh, I should also say, oh hey, look, thumbs up.
Thumbs
Uh
up.
I should also say that he's been injured in the past. Like he played in college for 5 years. The first 3 years, I believe, were at Indiana. Not 100% sure on that. Don't quote me on that. But the first 3 years, he was getting hurt at Indiana. Then he transferred to Washington, where he had 2 fantastic seasons, no injuries, and almost won a national championship this past year. So it's not complete downside with him. But the rumor that's going around why they did that is that the coach met with him before the draft at a visit that they had, and the coach was in love with him. The coach said he was awesome, and the GM loved him as well. The owner wasn't there for the meeting, and the owner apparently also didn't know about the draft pick. And
Oops.
the draft or the owner and the GM and coach had some words after the pick. There's like a clip of it. You can see the GM's trying to explain to the owner. He's like, "So we took this guy for this reason, and we did it because of this." And the owner's sitting there, and he's like, "I don't get it, brother. I don't get it either."
Well,
So
I mean, there's a reason team owners cut checks and aren't on the field coaching a lot of the times. And then there's sometimes that coaches become team owners. But let's hope for the Atlanta Falcons that this is a good choice and that their starter stays healthy and continues to be a leader on the field and enough of a leader to train a younger guy. And let's hope that the younger guy stays healthy and, shows up when he needs to show up. I mean, there are always those times where your leading quarterback gets hurt and is out 3 games, and it gives that young guy the opportunity to shine. It could always be a possibility.
yeah, so that happened, and then
What
besides that,
what
it was a little
else
boring.
besides that guy that went eighth in the first round? What else? Anything else really
Besides
interesting?
that,
The Dolphins get anybody good?
oh, they got this guy. His nickname, you're gonna like this. So his name is Chop Robinson, and his nickname, he gets the name Chop Robinson because um something we have to it says something to do with pork chops. I can't quite remember what it is, but something to do with pork chops. He has that nickname. He's pretty good, pretty dirty. He ran like a 4.48
What position?
40 defensive end.
Ooh,
Imagine that, a defensive end, a 260-pound defensive end running a 4.48, coming off the edge at an opposing quarterback.
it's
Scary.
I love defensive ends. I can't help but think of what was that? What was the guy, Jason, defensive
Hey,
end?
Jason Taylor?
Jason Taylor.
Love Jason Taylor, man.
Love Jason Taylor, and this guy's significantly faster. Not taking anything away from Jason Taylor, but he would get
Hall of
around the
Famer.
outside with a quickness, and he wasn't the quickest D end out there. This
Yeah.
sounds like the Dolphins are going to put some bets down on how many sacks per game are coming in.
Yeah, we now have three. So obviously you can only start 2 defensive ends, but now we have 3 very good defensive ends. So the goal is to, cycle them in and out every couple plays to keep one, healthy. And then we also have one that tore his Achilles. So we needed the help. I
I
like it.
mean, like, in what world can a defensive end drop back and be a linebacker? You know what I'm
He
saying?
can do
Like,
it. He can do it. He can do it. He's easily. He has the speed to do it.
that sounds like a great get for Miami, man.
Great pick. I'm happy with it.
Good. What's his name again?
Chop Robinson.
Chop Robinson. Sounds like a UFC fighter. We'll take
Yeah.
it in Miami. We could use all the help we can get as usual. But I like that, man. I like a ferocious defense. I mean, it starts with the DN and the linebackers, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um, that's
So
good.
true.
That's good
Yeah.
news. What else? Any other Chop Robinsons on the block?
I will say one more big thing happened, and then we can transition into the next topic because we got a lot to talk about. There's so much stuff that's happened in the past 2 weeks that we haven't talked about. But one more thing, the Chiefs got better. The Chiefs got so I don't know. I think we talked about this last time we were together, but there was a wide receiver at the NFL Combine who broke the record for fastest time ever. I think he ran a four. I think it was a 4.2, 4.21 40. He is now the
God, that's
fastest.
fast.
Yeah, he's the fastest player to ever play in the NFL. And now he's part of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh boy.
Yeah, not
Just
good.
put him on a fly route. The corner's going to be playing 15 yards off of him and just
It's
have him
bad.
stop or take off to the races. I can't wait for football season.
It's bad. The Chiefs are ready for that three-peat. They've done everything in their power to get to the point where a three-peat is possible.
And Patrick Mahomes is sitting high right now going, oh boy, I got another target that could keep up with my athleticism. That's what
It's
they need.
scary.
That's what he needs. A guy like Patrick Mahomes is constantly progressing. He needs targets that are going to be faster and quicker and out there
Yeah.
for him. He needs that.
And the funniest thing about it, the ironic thing, is that the Bills and the Chiefs have like this rivalry, always fighting to, try to get to the Super Bowl. And obviously the Bills haven't been able to beat the Chiefs because we haven't heard anything about them being in the Super Bowl. And the pick where the Chiefs took this wide receiver was actually the Bills' pick. The Bills
Oh,
the Bills traded this pick to the Chiefs during the draft, and they took this wide receiver.
so you're now the CEO, head coach, and owner, all embodied in one person. What is your inner dialogue saying as the Buffalo Bills representation? What are you saying to yourself about that decision?
One word. I'm not going to say it, but the F word, man. That's it. Big F bomb. That's all. That's
All
it.
cap.
Just all cap. Big F bomb. Put an exclamation point
Oh
on it, too.
man, it's funny because like the beautiful thing about the draft and the trades within the draft and these different decisions that are made are much like Las Vegas odds, where you think you got it locked in, but then the house shows up and takes your money time and time and time again.
Yeah. That's how it goes. I know I had some money on the draft where people were going to go, and I lost all of it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, a lot of people bet on the draft. What else is going on in your world? You say there's more than sports. It sounds like a lot's going on in sports. What else has happened in the last 2 weeks?
Well, okay, staying on sports. I want to go back a week. We actually this is the last time we talked a week ago.
Yeah.
You're over there in Rome, freaking what, 6 hours ahead, right?
I don't know how many hours ahead it is. I was counting slices of pizza because America doesn't. I've never eaten pizza until you go to Italy and then you eat pizza and you go, oh, this is pizza. And now you understand it. And I gained 15 pounds of pizza and pasta and I don't regret a thing about it. The food is so good. The hospitality is incredible. Shout out to Daniela and her team, the Jib staff over there, man. Just a spectacular time. And it's nice to go to Italy, and the crew that I'm with is just a bunch of family, a bunch of dads essentially, because it was all dudes on this one. We didn't have any ladies along, but it was just all dudes. We all have kids, and we all just sat around drinking whiskey, telling stories, and showing pictures. And
Nice.
that's what you do when you turn 40. You know what I'm
I
saying?
saw the I saw the scooters, y'all riding around on the scooters.
We got wild. Me and Jared and Cliff, these guys, a bunch of people bailed out, and I kind of ended up slotted in a position on a scooter. And we walked downstairs, and the scooter lady, who spoke very little English,
Yeah.
she goes, "Oh, you hop on the back." And I was the smallest guy by like 4 inches and 30 pounds, and we were like, "We're not riding on the back of Vespas. That's not
Yeah, that's
happening."
crazy.
20 minutes go by, they roll up with a couple of more Vespas, and then we were off to the races. And let me tell you something, Italy doesn't abide by any traffic laws that I've ever seen ever.
It
The
didn't look
lines in
like
the
it.
road don't matter. I don't know if even the roads matter. I mean, we were off-roading, we were up-roading, we were side-roading. We had
It
the
looked like you were
time
on
of our lives.
sidewalks and stuff.
We were giggling like children, just hoping not to end up in the hospital. And of the 10 times or 12 times I've been to Rome, this is the thing to do in Rome. Rent a Vespa, have a really good tour guide that's going to take you to the local farmers market and the best piece of pizza made by, the local chef, and like all the things that you don't see on the tour guide tours on TripAdvisor or whatever it is. They really
Yeah.
take you and you see Rome for the first time through the eyes of a local, and that's the way to do it. So it was amazing.
It looked sick. It looked dope.
Anyways, back a week. It's still on sports. What were we going to say?
So so I was texting you, and it was 1:30 in the morning here, and I believe it was 7:30 in the morning where you were. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I think it was.
I have
And
no
the
idea.
Ryan Garcia fight was going on.
Holy cow, what a dramatic turn of events that was. I did watch the
Yeah.
fight on my phone while I was there, and I couldn't believe it, man. I am at this point, my last my last three fight predictions have gone so poor. Teofimo Lopez fight I expected something else. The Joshua Francis Ngannou fight, I thought Francis was going to get him. He stood no chance. And then I thought when I saw Ryan Garcia come in 3 pounds heavy and chug a beer on the scale, that Devin Haney was going to break his will. Quite the opposite happened. 5 knockdowns and a very hydrated Ryan Garcia, for lack of a better phrase, beat that ass.
Yeah, that was nothing but a beating. I watched that entire fight from start to finish. That was a beating. They should have
And
called that fight multiple times, just
yeah,
saying.
It brought to light something that's very important. Rogan has talked about this a bunch of times, but the rehydration clauses in fights. Fighters cut so much weight and it is so dangerous, right? So, like, you have your skull and then you have a layer of fluid and then you have your brain, right? And when you dehydrate yourself, like with a hangover, the reason you get a headache, your brain doesn't have that layer of fluid protecting you from the outside of your skull. Your skull swell, or your brain swells. However it works, I'm not a scientist, but I do know that when you have less fluid protecting your brain from your skull and your job is to get punched in the face, it can't be a good thing. So you look
Mm-mm.
back at the pictures and you see Ryan Garcia in his last fight, he looked like a skeleton.
Yeah.
Now he looked great. Hold on. All right, go ahead, buddy. That's Macklin. He says hi.
Hello.
He's going on a snake hunt.
Nice.
The thing is now a hydrated Ryan Garcia looks incredible. He's
Yeah.
fast. He's having a good time out there. He's showboating, and his left hook is damaging. I mean, it is. And as much as I hate to make comparisons amongst fighters, his left hook is something even more supreme than De La Hoya in his prime, in
Mm,
my opinion. Dare I say it?
mm, mm. I don't know. I just know that Garcia, he was whooping some ass. That's all I know.
So I'm not going to make a prediction, but we got Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fighting. We have a nearly 60-year-old Mike Tyson and a very young, youthful, strong, energetic, wild man in Jake Paul. What the hell happens? I can't say anything. I know nothing about boxing. Being in boxing since I was 25 years old teaches me absolutely shit. I have no opinion on the on the matter.
I don't know either, man. I thought Devin Haney had that thing in the bag, bro. I was taking it. I took what did I take? What did I take? I took Devin Haney by decision. That's what I put my money on.
Do you
And
know the amount of money that people made that bet the underdog
oh,
on that fight, dude?
oh, dude,
He
he made $12 million.
Bro, I hope he bet on himself. I hope he
He
put that
did.
12 million on
He
himself
did. He
because
did. That's how he made it.
it was like the odds were forever against him. You know what I'm saying? Like the bet,
It was like
and
plus 650 at some point. It was crazy.
yeah, dude, that's wild. So, you put 100 grand down if you're one of these big ballers, like you are celebrating the rest of the year for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. You put 100, you're leaving with 750. That's crazy. That's
That's a lot of return on your money. And I don't know how many people knew, how many boxing pros knew, how many commentators knew, how many trainers knew that Ryan Garcia was going to show up and that Devin Haney was going to show up. I
yeah.
found Devin Haney, he looked like he needed a drink of water,
Looked like a
He
little
just
kid. Looked like a
he
little
looked worn
boy.
out. He looked
Yeah.
and he's a great boxer. I'm not taking anything away from him, but there is no rematch there. I
No.
don't see a rematch. I see Tank and Garcia is the next fight, and Garcia's got to fight at a catch weight. He's got to fight at like 145. Tank's going to have to meet him there, and I think that's a really good fight if Tank takes it.
I think Tank will take it just for the money. I think the money, it'll be worth it for him to take it.
Ryan Garcia kind of became something of like an urban legend that night. I mean, he basically came into that fight and I'm not making fun of mental health for a second. Mental health is a severe thing, but I question his mental health going into it. He was loud, he was obnoxious, he blames it on his ADD or whatnot, but it seemed like he was ill prepared for the fight, and boy, did he prove me wrong. He looked
Yeah.
exceptional. He looked fast. His punches were so quick. It was ridiculous.
Did you hear what he said about that?
What?
He said that he faked all of that. He said that he faked the whole crazy thing so that he could rig Vegas. That's what he said. That was like that was the whole reason he did all that.
I hope he did. I hope he
Yeah.
did because it worked. And guess what? Call him David Copperfield or David Blaine. He is the next great magician tricking Las Vegas right out of their wallets. I mean,
Yeah.
people put their money, in a direction and they lost their asses that night.
We should have seen it coming. We should have seen it, man. Once you get that far, that once the favorites get that far apart, it's just bound to happen. We
You
should
know
have
what
seen.
it you know what it shows really? It shows the media bias, right? So like
Yeah,
we're shown news and you got Fox and CNN and NBC and all this stuff and like we're going to believe what we're told unfortunately. It is what it is and time again we're told something and it is not the exact thing that is going down. Here we are believing a fighter the in the most masterful and entertaining way he delivers on all the antics, right? Ryan Garcia's chugging beers,
everything.
he's making he's doing chants and like weird crazy stuff that you literally think, "Oh god, this poor guy is going through a mental break under the exposure of all this, the build up to this fight." And no, he fooled us like the greatest of great magicians. And hey, Ryan Garcia, bravo.
God
Bravo.
did. God did. That's all he kept saying. God did. God
Look,
did.
I'm not the only one saying DJ Khaled for president. Let's
That
go,
was the
DJ
first.
Khaled with a vice president of Ryan Garcia. Let's shake the country up a little bit. Let's do it.
That was the first thing he said. It's the second the fight was over. They put the mic on him. He said, "God did. God
God
did."
did. Oh
He
my
came out. He
gosh.
walked out to. He walked out to "Jesus Walks" by Kanye. It
Which
was like
is
it was great. He had. It
but
was
but
totally.
that's just selling your story right up into the point of battle, right? Because
Yeah.
everybody's making those comparisons. Oh, Kanye was dealing with mental health issues, Ryan Garcia mental health issues. For him to come out and being a man of religion, a man of God, and to come out to Jesus Walks, like that just solidifies every better in the world. They probably doubled down on their bets at that point. Yep, let's
I
go
was
Devin
scared.
Devin Haney for another 1,000. Devin Haney
Yeah.
for another 50K. And boy, oh boy, did he beat Vegas. He beat Devin Haney and he beat all of the odds and the misconceptions that you could ever put on a boxer. So shout out to Ryan Garcia. You the man. We can't wait to see you fight again, dog. God
Yeah.
did.
God did. Uh, let's see what else has been happening.
I mean, that's like that. Those between the NFL draft and Ryan Garcia, we could go on and on and
We could.
on.
I
I
could sit
don't
here all
know
day.
what else is happening in the world. I mean, those are the biggest events I could imagine.
Yeah. I don't know. Those are the two. That's the two biggest things I can. Those are two biggest headlines over the past week. There's another big fight coming up. Tyson Fury fights soon, I think.
Tyson Fury's fighting Usyk, and Usyk being a much smaller guy, kind of a natural cruiserweight, stepping up to heavyweight. He's a great boxer. He has great movement, but let me say this. I don't know who's going to win. I know that a very, very prepared Gypsy King in Tyson Fury is a dangerous man. Size does give you advantage in boxing, but if you look at the history books and you see Mike Tyson, not enough of an advantage for much of the bigger guys that Tyson knocked out in the first round.
Yeah.
So does Usyk come in ducking and weaving and fight inside against Tyson Fury and get the knockout or get the decision? Or does Tyson Fury keep him at the end of his long ass arms that are like elephant trunks and just work him all night? Because Tyson Fury's not slow.
No.
In shape, Tyson Fury is as dangerous of a heavyweight that ever existed.
He's got to be
Tyson
older
coming
though.
off his last fight with Ngannou, where he kind of smacked him around a little bit. He didn't really look prepared as much as he would have prepared for a game Usyk, but I guess we'll see. And I'm not making predictions because my predictions are um
Ooh, he's old.
are the underdog as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Don't
Dude,
take
Tyson
Matt
Fury.
Cohen's picks.
And then next week, I think, right? Wait, let me look at my calendar. I think next week is UFC 301. Uh just there's a lot of stuff happening. I have a bunch of stuff written on my
And we
board.
got Conor McGregor back
Yeah,
training,
yeah, that's
right?
coming.
I
June, I
mean,
think.
arguably the biggest show in MMA history is coming back. I only pray that he's fully focused on fighting and not on his Black Forge restaurant pub or his Lamborghini yacht or
Or his new movie.
or his new movie where he bears it all. If you guys haven't seen Roadhouse, check out Conor McGregor's ass. It looks fantastic. There's another actor in it. I forget his name because of Conor
Ryan
McGregor's
Reynolds.
ass is in it. I mean, when you see Conor McGregor's ass in this movie, you feel like less of a man. You want to immediately go start doing squats and go, I wish I could have buns like this guy, but it's not possible.
I got to start doing some squats.
Bro, he walks around like a live action cartoon character in the movie. He's so smiley, and like the profile shot of him and Jake Gyllenhaal, their heads
Oh,
coming
that's who it
together in the
is.
same scene, you're looking at a beast of a man next to a graceful, delicate, beautifully ripped, more than in shape Jake Gyllenhaal. But you look and you go, Conor McGregor could eat Jake Gyllenhaal's head like a strawberry.
I gotta watch it. I haven't watched. Have you watched it?
Yeah, dude,
Oh, I gotta watch
It's
it.
made in the Keys. Those are
I
my
know.
stomping
I gotta
grounds. I
watch it.
Oh man, there's so many for me shows that are filmed in Florida. There was a show called Bloodlines that was on Netflix or something a
Great
while
show.
back.
Great
Great
show.
show, completely filmed in the Keys, really taps into that Florida style of human being, which is a very unique style of person, not easily imitated, and they nail it. And I think watching, Roadhouse, the original Roadhouse with Swayze is one of my favorite movies of all time. This movie is very different than that. I wouldn't make it a comparison. I would just make it another movie with the same title.
Yeah.
But it was great. Jake Gyllenhaal's fantastic. He doesn't say a bad line of dialogue in anything he does. And the addition of an animated live action Conor
Conor
McGregor
McGregor. It's gotta
makes
be hilarious.
absolute entertainment at its finest, especially because he's naked and flamboyant and wild. And he puts the fear of God in everybody that looks at him on that movie set. You could just feel it. And shout out to the stunt team on Roadhouse. Many of my buddies worked on that movie. Johnny and Steve Brown, and just a bunch of guys. A lot of stunt work, fight action going on, and it was impeccably done. So shout out to the stunt community. We love you
Shout
and
out.
always delivering for us. Thank you for the entertainment.
W stunt men and women.
Yeah, stunt men and women. Don't let me leave out the ladies. The ladies crush it
Yes.
as well. Yeah, you got to see it, man. It was a fun movie.
Okay, so let's transition into another topic now.
Here we go.
Music.
Music.
Taylor Swift just dropped an album. We got some crazy beef going on with Drake and all of the whole entire rap world. You know, music's booming right now.
Not only that, do you know about this guy Shabuzi?
Dude, that's so funny you say that. I've been listening to what's this song? Let me
Drink
see.
something bar song.
Yeah, the bar song. Yeah.
The bar song, I can't get it out of my head. My buddy Jensen Ackles introduced it to me this past week, and I can't stop listening to this song. Shabuzi is crushing it.
Great
He's
song.
kind of like hip hop meets country, and it is
Good.
perfect. And I love this movement, right? Somebody said to me in this past week, they go, it's going to take country music to save the country.
Yeah. I'm down with that.
I'm
That
down with
dude.
that. Let's go, baby. Let's
Hip hop
go.
country, dude, rap country. I love it.
All of
I
it.
love it. I'm
Give
all
me some
for it.
dance country, give me some folk country, give me some hip
Love it.
hop country. I love it all. I think, listen, if music is done anything, it is locked into emotions and it has helped us through moments time and time again through the history of our lives. Let's go. Let's lift
Yeah.
up the spirits. Let's start dancing. Let's cheers our drinks and let's be good to each other. That's what this music's doing, and I think it's important. Taylor Swift is busy breaking records. Drake is fighting with the rap community. What has he done?
Drake. Okay, so Drake he dropped one diss track 2 weeks ago, and then that diss track was about Kendrick, Metro Boomin, and Future. Then none of those three responded. So what he said is, you know what? Let me double down. He dropped another diss track the following week, and this diss track got everybody. Those three, Rick Ross, I think he even did J. Cole on it. Who else? Uh,
Whoa.
oh, and here's the funniest thing about it. Here's the funniest thing. He used AI Tupac to have a verse, and AI Snoop Dogg to have a verse. So it's not just him on this diss track. It's him, Snoop Dogg, and Tupac.
Okay. Hold the phone. Is it Drake's writing and their voice? Do we know?
Probably Drake's writing in their voice, but it's definitely their voice. That's for sure. It sounds like legit Tupac and legit Snoop Dogg.
When did Drake start beefing with all these guys? I thought he was cool with J. Cole back in the day.
Kendrick started it, man. Kendrick started it. Kendrick started beef with Drake and J. Cole, and then J. Cole hopped on Future, Metro Boomin, and Kendrick's album. And so he kind of feels a little betrayed by J. Cole now. So, Drake just said, screw it. I'm against everybody. I'm the guy. I'm the man. And I just go
Bro,
against everyone.
when
And
are
he's
they
one
going
of
to
the
respond? I mean, Future is a killer on a track. Like, he can put out a diss track that'll rock the world. I mean, Rick Ross, like,
Rick Ross did put out a diss track and it wasn't very good.
oh no. So
So
he lost the diss
yeah.
track competition.
Yeah, Drake's up here. Everybody else is just playing around down here. He said I think one of the lines in the song was I got to come down from the top just to drop this diss track.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Yeah.
But it's important. Okay, so as a lifelong fan of hip hop and rap, especially the battle side of it, um, you put out a diss track. It keeps you relevant on a street level, even if you're living up here in PJs all the time. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I think as much as this could be real beef, I don't think it's the East West beef that existed Tupac Biggie days.
Mm-mm.
I think this is almost a
Revival.
publicity stunt beef, right? Like, let's sell some more records. Let me prove that I'm this MC or I'm that MC, and I think it's good. Let's shake shit up a little bit. Drake, where's your country hip hop album at? Let's
Oh,
let's go, son. Come
that's definitely the
on.
next album, 100%. It's going to be a Drake country album. I think you may have just called it. We'll go back to this podcast, clip it, and we'll be able to put it there. That's 100% a call for sure.
I back before Drake had a record deal. I know I've talked about this before, but he used to freestyle on MySpace, which was like the former version of what kind of Facebook is now. It was like the origination of social media or social networks, and his verses were always good, always well written, always made sense, and he had a velvety, awesome voice to spit it out. So I'm here for this battle,
Yeah,
man. Let's incite a little riot amongst the hip hop stars.
it's
Let's get a
good.
little dirty. Let's bring Wu-Tang into the picture. Drake, what you got to say against Wu-Tang, bro? Let's see.
I don't think he'll disrespect Wu Tang. I
Nah,
don't think he's ready to do that. But I don't think Wu Tang would come at him. I think he got Wu Tang's respect now.
Wu-Tang is on another level anyways. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's
They're
not
they're the pioneers of kind of a certain sound, a certain
world.
grit.
Yeah,
Like, you can't just enter into that conversation. You got to earn your way in there. Not that Drake or these other rappers haven't, but you're right. Wu-Tang is doing their own thing in their own category. I want to see Kendrick come after it, Future come after it. I want them all to come after Drake. Let's
I think they've
go.
I think they've given up at this point. Maybe I doubt that they have, but it feels like they've given up. It feels like it's kind of done.
If I was a boxing promoter, say Eddie Hearn of DAZN or DAZN, however you say it, I would put a ring together that's about 4 times the size of an actual boxing ring and make it a rap stage with ropes. And
Ooh,
I'd walk in number one and number two, and whoever wins, that guy's out, next guy's in, and whoever
that'd be
wins, that guy.
sick.
Let's freestyle
That's a good
battle.
show idea. That's a good idea.
Bro, I don't even care if they write their verses. Let's see them do them face to face, tearing each other apart. Let's make it a competition. Let's make it the Super Bowl of hip hop. Why not? I bet you get
Actually,
20 million viewers.
that's actually like a sick idea. Like imagine like you get like a basketball stadium, you set that up, 4 different corners, you get a sick ass MC, everybody in the crowd. That'd be dope.
Bro,
That's a good
DJ
idea.
Khaled is the MC. He's hosting the
Yeah,
night.
bro. That'd be a sick idea. That's a cool
Bro,
show.
you
The
put
freestyle.
DJ Khaled in a Tommy Hilfiger vintage design suit and you make him the Michael Buffer of the evening.
You got the mic coming down, he's standing in the
Bro,
middle.
bro. But
That's a good show idea. You gotta pitch that to somebody.
and he can't be biased because he's worked with every rapper. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Where does Jay-Z fall into the line? What? Listen, we better not get in a P Diddy. Somebody might come knocking at
Ooh,
our door, bro.
yeah.
Oh man, shout out to all those involved in P Diddy's situation. That shit is ugly, and I'm glad it ain't me.
No, thank you. No, thank
Ooh.
you.
We don't even want to go there. That's worse than politics talking about that
Way
scenario.
worse. Way worse.
Anyways, the hip hop super battle should happen. Eddie Hearn, you could put it together, dog. I'm gonna clip this and we're gonna tag you in this because you should put that together. If
Be
the
sick.
world is a stage and boxing and MMA crossover events have become the thing, why not bring in rappers? Rappers have always been right there with boxers, right? They've walked out boxers, they've rapped out boxers. There's a massive hip hop influence in the boxing world,
Yeah. Devin
especially
Haney
during.
walked out. Devin Haney walked out with 21 Savage.
There you go. There you go.
Rappers, they've been in that. They're in that.
Let's see it. Let's see what lyricists really are out there. Let's see what MCs really can pull it out of their pocket and show up and give a real mic drop. I can tell you from my upbringing that Eminem he was a guy that was battling on the street corner all the time because he was a white dude. He wasn't getting all
Yeah.
the recognition until that shit started spilling out of his mouth. So this could be that moment, that Ryan Garcia moment where somebody walks in chugging a beer that you've never heard of. Not that we've never heard of Ryan Garcia, but
Oh, yeah.
the underdog walks in chugging some St. Ides or something, and then Mike drops everybody and nobody's got to answer for it. That's what I'm looking for. Spectacle,
Yeah. That'd be
entertainment.
sick. I think people would watch that. You could like it doesn't even have to be on TV. You could sell that. You could stream that. People would 100% pay to watch that. That'd be
Oh,
sick.
speaking of streaming, if it wasn't cool enough that Chris Rock came back after the smack of a lifetime and did a live stand-up special on Netflix, the infamous Cat Williams
Oh,
is
so you did it live?
doing, I think it's like May 8th, 9th, something like in the next week.
Ooh, I gotta write
He's
that on my
doing a
board.
live stand-up on Netflix. Now, if you know anything about Cat,
I love Cat Williams.
he is a monster, a king of comedy, a emperor of comedy, if you would. And also something I like about Cat, he's an unfiltered SOB. So if
Yeah.
you think Drake is calling people out, watch
Oh
out,
man.
world. Cat Williams is coming for you. I don't think there'll be a more, other than a Dave Chappelle special or a Dave Chappelle live moment, there will not be a bigger moment in comedy, I think, than Cat Williams coming out with a
Cat
live
Williams.
stand-up on Netflix.
He's got to wear that same like the black like pimp suit from I don't remember which set it was that he did, but I remember watching it once upon a time when I was younger. He has like this black pinstripe pimp suit. He's got to come out in that
Bro,
100%.
the
No other
boy
outfit.
is bad, and it doesn't matter what he wears. He's coming out, and if he's in Daisy Dukes and a tank top, it's still gonna look like a
That's
pimp
gonna be
suit on
sick.
Cat
Yeah,
Williams, baby. The dude is ferocious, and he's at
that's up
a
there.
stage in his career where I don't think he's gonna hold anything back, not for a second, you know?
Mm-mm. He can do anything he wants. He's at that point in his career where he's got plenty of money. There's no repercussions for him saying anything bad. So he's
Yeah,
gonna say whatever he wants.
you can't cancel him because he's past
Mm-mm.
that. Cancel
He's
culture's on its way
uncancelable.
out. Thank the heavens, God did. And
Yeah, it's
people
starting
are,
to get bad now. Now
yeah,
you can say
people
anything you want.
people are allowed to once again somewhat offend each other from a joking standpoint, which is a beautiful thing. I think
Yeah.
comedy movies are going to step up their game. I think we're going to have a little more R-rated offensive comedy, and the world needs that. We've been too comfortable. We need to be a little bit offended is what we need. Shake things up a
Facts.
little bit. All this stuff, when pop culture starts doing it, that pop culture influences all of us. It influences the world.
Everybody.
I mean, look how hype me and you are getting talking about the NFL draft and a rap battle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
bro,
it, man. We don't care. We don't care about political welfare and what's happening in the world. We care about Taylor Swift's new album.
that's right. I'm ready to put on Shabuzi and go take shots, man.
Dude, I love it's so crazy you mentioned Shabuzi. That's insane. Cause like I've been literally listening to it on repeat lately. That's so fun. Like over the past 3 days. That's
I mean,
hilarious.
shout out to Jensen Ackles. This is my buddy from Supernatural, but we were hanging this weekend and he was like, "Hey, have you heard that Shabuzi track?" And Jensen is like he's got a
I can
band.
imagine him
He's like a
saying that.
singer-songwriter. He's smooth as velvet. He's got this beautiful voice. I was like, "Yeah, Jensen, what is it? Let me hear this." He turned it on, and the whole green room was bobbing their heads with a glass of whiskey in our
Good.
hand. He changed the moment. So shout out to Shabuzi, man. You're making people happy, making people smile, and you're uniting musical fronts in a way that is wildly important.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
1 to the 3 to the 4.
Dude, it's so
something like
good.
that.
I'm gonna listen to it as soon as we hang up.
I know. I am too. It's a great song. It's good. I was listening to it while I was working out, man. That shit is good.
Um, I have a ticket booked for New Jersey Thursday to Sunday or something like that. I'm waiting for them to email to me as soon as they do. You are going to book the cheapest possible ticket
Booking
coming
it.
in at the same
I need
effing
some. What
times.
were the? I gotta figure out the dates. We'll figure that out
We
later.
got to
I gotta figure.
figure it out. And I don't care if
Yeah.
we got to do 20 podcasts. I don't care if we end up at somebody's house filming an episode of Matt and Tyler, no reservations, Anthony Bourdain style, Mike Rowe,
Yeah.
dirty jobs. We're cleaning toilets and eating pork chops. We don't give a shit.
Toilets and pork chops. Yes.
We're talking trash. We're living lives. We're having a good time, and we're not getting in rap battles because we don't want to embarrass ourselves.
Man,
But
I'll
we,
get in a rap battle, bro.
oh,
Speak for
in
yourself.
breaking
I'll get in a
news,
rap battle.
hold on. In breaking news,
What
speaking
happened?
of iconic moments in entertainment, I get to Italy. I'm exhausted after an 11-hour flight. First thing on my mind, right, is get to the gym, sweat it out for 20 minutes so you feel somewhat normal. I'm a crazy person, but it always helps me. I walk into the gym of the hotel. There's nobody in the whole gym except one guy laying down on bench press. I look, I look again. I look for a third time because I realize in this moment I am starstruck. I can't find words to come out of my mouth because the last person I ever expected to see in a hotel gym in Rome, Italy is the iconic, one of my favorite stand up comedians, Tom Segura. Do you know this guy?
You saw Tom Segura in the middle
Bro,
of
Tom
an
Segura is
Italian.
on the bench press just throwing up like 315 pounds, like blam, blam. Okay, it wasn't 315 pounds, but it was whatever it was. And I don't know what to say to him. He's got his headphones in. I immediately want to be like, yo, man, are you doing shows? Like, what's up? I'm cool. You're cool. Can we be cool together?
Oh,
I'm
that's sick.
losing my mind. So, flash forward 10 minutes. I go in the corner. I'm doing my little workout, like out of the corner of my eye, like as if Brad Pitt's next to me, like I can't stop, like looking
Yeah.
over. And I sense that he feels that I'm like eyeing him, and I can see that he's kind of looking at me like, who's this little ripped wannabe, soccer player or whatever he thought. And then it walks in one of the guys that was with me. You might know this actor. His name's Ricky Whittle. He's most known, probably most recently, if he did a film with Milo Ventimiglia. They're like on a
We love
press
Milo.
tour or something like that. But he's from American Gods. He's a great guy, super jacked. He walks in, more recognizable, famous face than me by a lot. So I suddenly feel comfortable. I'm like, yo, Ricky, what up? Trying to like get noticed by Tom. What up? What up? Da, 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 da. Ricky kind of takes notice, but I don't think he knows Tom Segura like I do. I watch Your Mom's House, which is the podcast he
Yeah.
does with his wife, Christina P., who also happens to be there. We'll get to that part of the story.
Oh, that's crazy.
Um, and so finally Ricky's in there, we're working out. I'm like looking at him and I'm like, yo, it's like over there, dog. Like that's Tom Segura. And like to me, it's a huge deal, man. Stand-up comedians are like they're like it's like meeting the president. Like I'm just a huge fan of stand-up comedy. And so finally, I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. Tom Segura's 3 feet away from me, repping out on the bench. I'm over here doing my pretty boy beach workout, and I'm like, I got to say something to this guy. So if he takes a water break, he walks over to the little water fridge, and I go up to him, and he's got his headphones in, and I'm like, yo, trying to get him to take his headphones out. So he like takes one headphone out, like with that Tom Segura look, and he looks up to me, he's
Yeah.
like, what's up? And I'm like,
With the eyes, I can
yeah,
picture.
what's up? In that voice that he does. And I'm like, yo, man, tell me you're doing shows was the first sentence that could come out of my mouth. Not like, hey, nice to meet you. I'm a huge fan, blah, blah, blah. Tell me you're doing shows, man. Tell me you're doing shows. And he's like, nah. And I'm like, oh. He's like, nah, I'm just, getting a little getaway with the wife. And I was like, what? Your wife's here, Christina P. I'm like, where are the kids at? Like, I'm talking to him like I know him because I listen to his podcast so much.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's looking at me like I'm a crazy person. He's like, yeah, what are you guys doing here? And I'm like, yeah, we're doing like a convention. We just, we show up. This great lady puts on the thing. And he's like, so you're like actors? And I was like, yeah. And like, it's known that like comedians aren't really fans of the Hollywood
Yeah.
machine and the actors it produces. They make fun of people like me all the time, which I don't
Yeah.
give a shit about. I just didn't want to be cast into a category of like, oh, this is kind of a douchebag actor. I don't really want to. Da, da, da. And he's like, yeah, I thought you guys were like soccer players or something. Because me and Ricky are like really working out. We got tight
Yeah.
t-shirts on and
Is
awkwardly
Ricky the
short
guy
shorts.
you posted a picture with somebody in the gym, I think on Instagram, I think it was. Is that
Yeah,
Ricky?
that's Ricky. That's
Okay.
Ricky Whittle. Yeah,
Gotcha. He's ripped, bro.
great
He's
dude.
freaking ripped.
Great actor. Anyways, Tom is the nicest guy on earth. He's like, yeah, I'm here with Christina. And I'm like, wow, I'm fanboying out because I love both of them. If you don't know Christina P's comedy, she is a
Oh, dude,
killer.
she's
She's a
hilarious. The
murderer
both of
on
them.
stage. And they both have no limits and they just they go there with the material and the content. It's fantastic. So flash
Yeah.
forward 10 minutes later, he takes my cell phone and my email and says, hey, man, I'm playing the Kia Forum May 8th or 9th for Netflix as a joke comedy thing. Why don't you come? I'll set you up with tickets.
That's freaking sick.
Best day of my life, bro. Like, there's like,
Dude, that's crazy.
there's like my son being born, getting married to this lady that still tolerates me, and then meeting Tom Segura and him taking my phone number and my email. And
That's
whether
awesome.
he gives me tickets or not, I'm going to this thing like 100%. It's like
Dude,
Netflix as a joke puts on like, there's a bunch of comedians, all the good ones, all doing comedy all over LA. It's a shit show, and it's good. And the fact that like, I might be able to,
crazy.
go hang out with Tom Segura. Like, what? The dude's he's great. And he's like one of the coolest, like, as far as how he looks at life, it's my inner dialogue all the time.
Yeah,
Like, he's slightly disgruntled and pissed off. That is all the time what I feel inside. Like, I feel like his words are the narration to my life as I walk through silently.
that's hilarious. That's just, dude, that's the law of attraction right there. You've been talking so much. Every time we hop on a podcast, you bring up Tom Segura and freaking the machine. And
Yeah.
bro, that's it. That's the law of attraction right there. That was meant to happen. That's just crazy.
And the other part of that, why I like especially the Two Bears One Cave. Shout out to those guys, Burt Kreischer and Tom Segura. They got a new a vodka line out called Dos Osos, Two
Those
Bears.
yeah.
Um, but Burt Kreischer is a Florida State alumni. You know what I'm
Yeah, he
saying? Like,
is.
I'm a
Yeah.
Florida State guy, even though we were different years by a couple. Like, I don't know. I just respond to their comedy. Tom lived in Florida. Bert's from Florida. Bert went to Florida State. Me and Tom fell in love in a gym in Rome. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm connected with these guys now.
That's sick. That's sick. I couldn't think of there's so many different names I was thinking you were gonna say. That's not what I was expecting.
I said the same thing to Mandy. I'm like, Mandy, I have to play a game with you. If I was going to walk into a place and be starstruck, nobody makes me starstruck, right? I work for Entertainment Tonight. I've been in company of everybody from The Rock to Ludacris. Luda! All these great people, not to mention award-winning directors Steven Spielberg and actors Michelle. All these people, nobody makes me starstruck. I'm just interested. Tom Segura's there, and I don't know what to say. I go, Mandy, you're never. I call her immediately, right? I run up to the room and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I got to FaceTime you right now.
Appropriate
Pick up the
appropriate reaction, 100%.
and I go, you're never gonna believe who I just ran into in the gym. And within 3 seconds, she goes, Tom Segura. And I go, shut the fuck up. I go,
How'd she
because
get that?
Mandy and I have this thing from one of Tom's
That's
like
crazy.
early stand-ups, like years ago now. He had this bit where he was like, something, something, something. What do you think we're all cowboys? Like, what's a cowboy? Like, why do you wear a cowboy hat? And he's like, what do you got guns? And you're like, pew, 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 pew. And he like does this really funny bit about a cowboy. Mandy and I do that to each other all the time. We're like, pew, 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 pew with our pistols. And she guessed it right away,
That's
which just
hilarious.
shows you that I married the right woman because she knows me, dude.
That's
This
awesome.
lady just gets me, and she knows if I'm going to be starstruck by anybody, it's going to be fucking Tom Segura, man.
Yeah,
He's the
dude, that's
guy.
sick.
Or Burt Kreischer. I told her, I was like, if Burt Kreischer and Tom Segura, and I don't really drink much these days. And I was like, if these guys ask me to go out and get blackout wasted to make memories,
See ya, 100%. We're
good
out.
night. Good night.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be able to tell the story because we're going hard in the paint. Appreciate what those guys do so much. They work their asses off to make us laugh, and there's just no greater job you could have. So,
you're
dude,
great. You're
what a
great. If you're,
unique experience. So
that's
random.
awesome.
And you're right. Law of attraction, bro.
That's sick. That's so random. That is
So I
So
couldn't
random.
imagine a more you have to understand when you go to Italy, especially Rome, this is like tourist central. Like it's like a
Yeah.
very touristy. There's so many people. It's like Disneyland kind of. And then you get to this fancy hotel that the lady Daniela puts us in, this beautiful hotel to stay in so we could have some solitude in between, talking on stage and doing what we do. And I'm always the only guy in the gym, right? There's nobody ever in a hotel gym,
Hey, Ricky.
just me and Ricky Whittle, because Ricky Whittle's jacked. And here is Tom Segura. Now, it's worth saying Tom Segura has lost like 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Dude is jacked and looks great. If this were to be clipped into something, I would say, hey, Bert Kreischer, your shoulders are good, but Tom Kreischer's Tom
Tom Kreischer,
they're married now. They're married now. Tom Segura is putting in the
practically.
work, Bert, and I don't know if you're going to be able to contend with the physique that Tom Segura is attaining while you're,
You've been
talking about your shoulders on primetime.
you've been on that workout journey for a while now. I see him on TikTok. He does like a whole like day in his life and stuff.
Listen, all bullshit aside, both of those guys have come so far with their kind of commitment to health and working out and living healthier while still having fun and doing what they do. And I love to see that type of stuff. And I talk about it all the time. You don't have to give up all the things in life that you love and enjoy. Just of all the moments of the day, pick one moment to do something healthy. Like Tom was
Yeah.
up in the gym early in the morning, like me. I'm sure the rest of the day was eating pasta, pizza, just like me, enjoying his life, drinking Italian beer, doing whatever he does. You don't have to change your whole life to be healthy. Just a moment of it per day, and you'll see how much better life is when you feel a little better.
Yeah. That's it. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit,
A little
1%.
bit
You know
goes
what
a
I'm
long
saying?
way.
I'm all about the 1%, right? Every day you get a little better, you get a little worse. Just get 1% better. That's it. Just
Yeah.
1%.
That's dope though. That's shit. I wish I was in the gym. Wish I ran into
You're
Tom
going
Segura.
to be in the gym with me and the rest of these domestic conventions that I go to, and God only knows who we're going to meet. It's not going to be as cool as Tom Segura, but whoever we meet, it's going to be fun, and we're going to have some experiences. We're going to make some memories on the road with cameras
Is
rolling.
is Jared gonna be there?
Jared, I think's at New Jersey. I don't know.
I want to meet him. I'm interested to meet him.
He's the best dude on earth. Jared Padalecki is one of my favorite human beings, and he is also one of the smartest guys on earth and will teach you anything and everything about Rolexes and fine watches. You you could never imagine what an encyclopedia of knowledge Jared Padalecki is. This dude is he's remarkably smart. And he's giant. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, dude, he's crazy, bro.
He's
I'm gonna
huge.
fangirl a little bit. I watch Gilmore Girls and freaking it's like
He's the
his first
man.
show.
Bro, he's the man. So is his co-star from Supernatural, Jensen. There's a couple of the greatest
Yeah,
guys on earth, and it just goes to show, listen, good people do good things, and that's why that show went 15 seasons. That's why all of us, guest star and recurring guest actors get to go to these conventions because they go do these conventions. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't even be able to do it. So shout
great
out to
fan base.
both Jared and Jensen, and I hope you fanboy out over Jared.
It's
He's a lovely human being.
pretty
Shout out to
funny.
his wife Genevieve. She's lovely. Their whole family's spectacular.
Sick.
Um, I have
What
no idea.
else?
What time did we start this thing? I was supposed to go for 30 minutes. It's 2:30 ish.
We probably a little bit less than an hour, probably 50 minutes.
Do we have any other breaking topics that we need to cover, or should we wrap it up on this? I feel like we've talked about a lot in a
We
short
talked about
time.
we talked about a lot of stuff, but it's been 2 weeks. A lot of stuff happens in 2 weeks in this world. It's a crazy world.
A lot of stuff happens, and I also am kicking around an idea. I have an animated show that I have to tell you about off air because I don't want anybody to know, but it's caught traction. And of all the things I thought I was going to get made in Hollywood first, this was my last idea, and I think it might be the first thing that gets made. So,
Hey, dog,
dude,
you need some voice actors. I got you, bro. I
I
got you.
do. We
I can
need
do some
voice actors.
voices. I love
It's
doing voices.
Yeah. All right, let's get the hell out of here. You got stuff to do. I got stuff to do. Let's get on next week. I'll send you this ticket
Yeah.
as soon as I get it. People, you'll see us in New Jersey. I've already started telling the fans of Supernatural that are coming to New Jersey, they're going to meet my brother. So there's no going back on it now.
We going to
We
Jersey, baby.
We don't know what we're doing there, but we're going to be together. He's going to be by my side. I'm going to be by his side. We're going to be talking to people, sitting down with people. I don't know. I have no plan, but it's going to be good. We're going to film it. We're going to put it on YouTube. You guys are going to see it
Yeah.
for free. So don't forget to tune in. That's all for this week, folks. My name is Matt, and I am MC on the mic. That is my co-bro, his name.
Tico from the Tico Fantasy Show. And yeah.
We're going to see you guys real soon. More of this coming your way. We fell off for a week because things got busy, but we're going to be back and more content coming at you. We're having a good time. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Even if you're not, thanks for watching. Gives us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. We don't care what your thumbs look like. We just want them anyways.
We
Peace,
love them all.
people.